Hey bronies, hey Pegasisters. I know I'm doing this review a little earlier than usual, though it's mainly because of the fact that I'm going to go on a vacation because my first semester of college is finally over, and to celebrate, we're going over to LA. But before I go, I wanted to give you guys a review. So, originally I was going to review Winter Wrap-Up, written by Cindy Morrow, but since Winter Wrap-Up happens after Christmas, I shan't do it. Instead, I'm going, well, in Heartswarming Eve in the pony's case, but because of that, we're going to review For Whom the Sweetie Belle Toils, because I feel that its story structure is very similar to A Christmas Carol, which is one of my favorite Christmas stories. So, if you saw my ranking list of the MLP writers, you would know that Dave Polsky is middle of the road for me, as he has many really great efforts, like Sisterhooves Social, Sisterhooves Social. What are some other ones? I liked Games Ponies Play. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I really liked it. And Rarity Takes Manhattan, probably my absolute favorite. But he also made some duds, like Feeling Pinky Keen and Over a Barrel, and Appaloosa's Most Wanted. But when it comes to his strong points, I feel that For Whom the Sweetie Belle Toils is one of his successes. So this episode happens to start out with Sweetie Belle asking Rarity if she can make some costumes for a play that she wrote, directed, and is starring in. And after the play is over, no one can remember anything about the play except the costumes, which makes Sweetie Belle think that Rarity is upstaging her on purpose. So, Sweetie Belle, in an act of revenge, decides to sabotage Rarity's dress that she's going to give to Sapphire Shores, the Pony of Pop. However, in her dreams, Sweetie Belle discovers that her actions may have very unforeseen consequences once she meets up with Princess Luna. Still the greatest princess in all of Equestria, in my opinion. Yes, even without Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep. The story of this episode honestly reminds me very much of A Christmas Carol, because at the halfway point, once Sweetie Belle meets up with Luna, we see the past, present, and the future of Sweetie Belle's life with Rarity. We see a moment in the past where Sweetie Belle thought Rarity was upstaging her at her 5th birthday party. We saw what happened in the present with Rarity freaking out over her meeting with Sapphire Shores, and what would happen in the future if Sweetie Belle didn't fix her mistake. That Rarity's entire career and her life, not just her career, her life would be ruined if the headdress that Sweetie Belle ruined was presented to Sapphire Shores. So, in many respects, I actually found it hard to pin down what musical artist Sapphire Shores was supposed to be based off of. I was saying, wait, is she supposed to be half Tina Turner and half Beyonce? Not exactly sure, but maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. I previously said that Dave Polsky was only really good at writing comedy, but in some respects, I think he's good at writing story structure once he's given a story that's not, too high stakes. With, of course, some exceptions like Appaloosa's Most Wanted. I really did like the dialogue in this episode, as it reminded me a lot of Sisterhooves Social, which is actually my favorite Rarity/Sweetie Belle episode ever. If you want me to talk about Sisterhooves Social later on, since I already talked about Brotherhooves Social, I'll consider it. So, with the dialogue out of the way, I thought the animation was incredibly excellent as well. I mean, it's season 4, so naturally the animation would be one of the higher points, but I think comparing this episode to some other episodes this season, the animation still stands out, especially during Luna's dream sequences. They're very creative. In fact, the animation even leaves a few clues to the episode's climax, because when Sweetie Belle is going around in Dreamland, she actually sees these dolphins. And I was thinking, why are those there? Are those just to add surrealism? Well, they were for that, as well as another reason. And if you've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. Because turns out the dolphins are actually Sapphire Shore's lucky animal. I always loved dolphins as well. They're cute little guys. The music I also thought was very well done. Again, especially in the dream sequences. But since the dream sequences took over the majority of my review, what do I think of the rest of the episode? It's pretty good too. Not as good as Sisterhooves Social, but it certainly shows another side of the tensions between the two sisters. And this is a personal episode for me because the message reminds me of my relationship with my younger sisters. I have two little sisters, and sometimes I believe that my actions, intentionally or unintentionally in some cases, happen to upstage them during certain events. And I feel bad about upstaging my sisters because I want them to get a chance in the spotlight too. And I remember my sisters being jealous of me because of the fact that I was able to do a lot of things better than they can. Though that's more to do with my age and less to do with my ability compared to their ability at their age. So, if my little sisters ever see this episode, I want them to understand this. I love you two. You two are going to do great things later in life, and I take being your big brother and your mentor very, very seriously. So with great writing, great character moments, and a truly heartwarming message, I give For Whom the Sweetie Belle Toils a 9 out of 10. I love all of you. See you next time for Winter Wrap-Up.